So good afternoon, good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty360. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. I want to welcome you back to another edition of our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. In this series, we talk to the brand leaders about what they are seeing and hearing on the front lines of customer channel and brand loyalty. Today, we had the pleasure of speaking with Greg Wold, who is the Vice President of Marketing for Toppers Pizza, which has nearly 70 unit pizza franchises across 12 different states. Greg, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. First off, we always like to start these interviews to get to know you a little bit better. So we'd love to know something about yourself, what you do at Toppers, your role, but also is there a passion you have, football or scuba diving? You know, we'd like to kind of get a fun fact about those we interview as well.
Sure. Well, I've been at Toppers Pizza since October of 2020. Prior to that, I was on the agency side of things. I was a partner and a strategist at Planet Propaganda for 6 years, and also a partner and strategist at Shine United for 4 years. So this is my first foray into client side of things. At my time at Planet and Shine, worked with a number of different folks in the franchise world, including Jimmy John's Gourmet Sandwiches, Jersey Mike's Subs, Panchero's Mexican Grill, Buffalo Wild Wings, Duluth Trading Company, Intelligentsia Coffee. So a lot of folks in that world. And so it seemed like a logical sort of step for me to move into a role like I'm at Toppers. As far as what I do, I spent a lot of time developing strategic methodologies to position brands for growth within the fast casual or QSR segment. Identifying the opportunities for those brands to not only thrive, but to grow over time. So that's really, I think my primary responsibility at this point at Toppers is to identify those opportunities for growth in the marketplace. And then all the other things that you would typically expect the vice president of marketing to do, establish metrics and paths to achieve those metrics, all of those sorts of things. As far as my personal life is concerned and the things I'm interested in, I'm was a musician back in the day. I still listen to a lot of music. My children tell me I listen to music by dead people. I listen to a lot of jazz and a lot of classical music. So they don't want to listen with me at all, but it's still a passion of mine. So really as a listener at this point more than anything.
Okay, good. I'm a passionate listener of music as well, but I have a really nice stereo system in the basement, but there's no classical or that. It's just Jason Aldean and some other types of country rock, but music is always good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My professional life in music was really more in the rock arena, singer-songwriter sort of stuff. But my listening sort of has landed in those spaces. So, but I'm a fan of every kind of music actually. So.
Okay. Can you give us a kind of short history of Toppers Pizza as well for those who may not know kind of what you guys do and how you do it and when you were formed and just kind of a baseline of the company? It's always great to know that as well.
Yeah, it started in 1991, coming up on our 30th anniversary here. Toppers, is one of those brands, working with Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's especially, those were at point challenger brands. Toppers is certainly a challenger brand as well. They have a tremendously passionate following, not unlike Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's. Excuse me, but and just a group of people that become addicted to the product. Toppers is always, per its name, had unique recipes and a large variety of ingredients that you couldn't find at typical QSR restaurants. Topper sticks in particular were something that, having started in the college markets, college kids got addicted to the product, both Topper sticks and the pizza itself. And we've just continued to evolve and innovate on with that product and those recipes. And I think it's a very distinctive part of the brand. And so, our franchisees are dedicated, passionate people as well, and operations are really second to none. Scott Gittrich, the the founder and leader of Toppers. He was someone that just knew he could outwork and outshine anybody if he just tried hard enough. And that really sees itself through every part of our business today.
Okay. And I know Toppers recently launched a new loyalty program, the Upper Crust Society. Could you give us an overview of the program, how you developed it, how you designed it, and kind of what your hopes for kind of the brand are from a kind of customer loyalty perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, the Upper Crust Society is really a sort of a tongue-in-cheek name. We're a brand that likes to have a lot of fun. Our target market are Gen Zers, so we really speak in that voice. And we felt like the Upper Crust Society was an opportunity to do something fun and to not just be a normal, everyday sort of loyalty program, but to do something fun with it. So we felt the Upper Crust Society was an opportunity to talk about an exclusive society that was really for everyone, right? We talk about it like it's a loyalty program for those that are still using their parents' Netflix account, those that put their sweatpants on one leg at a time sort of thing. So it's just an opportunity for us to have fun with the program. Related to the loyalty program itself, I think we've been thinking about it sort of like we think about our restaurants, right? We want to make sure that we're providing the best possible customer service every time someone calls us or places an order online or comes into one of our stores. We want to know people's names. We want to know what their orders are. We want to treat them like good friends and part of our community. And I think that was really the motivation for the loyalty program, was to really extend that into the digital realm. Provide that same sort of like attention to detail and customer service for our customers within our loyalty program that we do within our stores. So we have a deep relationship with our customers, and we felt like this was a way to extend that into the digital space.
Okay, great. When you look at customer loyalty, very important to brands, especially QSR restaurants, fast casual restaurants. Some of the challenges that hit them during COVID were, different than maybe retail, right? They may have not had the technology team in place. I mean, you talk about Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's. We've done a number of interviews with those guys in the past, and they develop a lot of the technology and they have some uniqueness. But some of the QSR restaurants were challenged, right? They didn't have online pickup potentially. They may not even had a loyalty program. So they've had to kind of evolve pretty rapidly. So customer loyalty obviously is very important. So what does customer loyalty mean to you and to your organization?
Well, it really means everything. I mean, I think given the fact that we have a product that people become addicted to, frequency is something that, has long been a part of our success. Our customers coming in on the regular to purchase product that they're in love with, right? And that they're passionate about. So loyalty, I think in and of that, it's like I said, it's really extending that into the digital space. Toppers has been, on the forefront of technology for a while. It's been a commitment to the company for over, 10 years. And I think a really, intense commitment over the last 5 or 6 years with the addition of our VP of IT, Tony Ellis, who has just been tremendous in the organization. So we built our own proprietary point of sale system. Our website is an e-commerce platform that is very successful for us. Upwards of 70% of our sales are online, and so we're trying to provide that sort of digital e-commerce experience that really considers our customers and integrating into their lifestyle. And I think that's really what it's about, is to make sure that we're providing a platform for folks to, easily integrate our brand and our product into their daily lives. And I think given the passionate nature of our consumers, that just makes a whole lot of sense.
Absolutely. I mean, customer loyalty, customer experience programs are evolving beyond just kind of a traditional RFM, recency, frequency, monetary value on transactions, right? they're looking to kind of reward and engage customers, especially with some of the privacy changes you see with Facebook and Apple and cookies going away. So, what other methods do you use to engage or reward your customers?
Well, we're sort of, going through that process now a little bit. So some things are yet to be determined. But, I think we're going to look at this as like an opportunity to become part of our community and to become, that's why this idea of the Upper Crust Society was sort of fun because, it is that. It's a place where we, I think we'll gather, share things like new product. New product and new recipes are something that are important for us and a key strategic initiative over the next number of years. And so, being able to share those recipes and those moments with our loyal customers, perhaps before everyone else can see certain things, things like that, where there's a little bit of surprise and delight that will come into play. From a loyalty perspective in particular, however, we wanted to keep the system easy to use and understand. I know I have a lot of loyalty programs that I'm involved in. I can never really know where I'm at or what my status is. Have I earned a sandwich? Have I not earned a sandwich? Those sorts of things. So my friend Rich Hope at Jersey Mike's, he always talked about the loyalty program as like a punch card. Back in the day, the delis in Jersey along the boardwalk had punch cards, and so that was their sort of inspiration. And I appreciated that. I liked the ease and easy to understand part of that. And so we've sort of mimicked that, where if you spend money, you earn money, and you can use it however you want moving forward. It's pretty simple, pretty straight ahead. But as you know, loyalty is a marketing platform as well. And so our ability to target specific people within the loyalty program and to deepen our relationship with them is really the big opportunity there. And I think just having that relationship and deepening that relationship is a priority.
Absolutely. And I think you mentioned technology. It sounds like you guys have your own platform. We've interviewed Rich a number of times with Loyalty360, and that's a pretty significant advantage for you, right? Because a big challenge for a lot of restaurateurs is point of sale, having a consistent point of sale in a restaurant, whether it's Aloha or Policy Touch or some of the others. That can be kind of a challenge. Well, with you having that unique technology platform, it makes it easier, right? So the operators can focus on truly excelling and getting that great pizza out with the diversity of toppings that you have. For you, what is the most significant technology challenge you see and you have with regard to customer loyalty, and how do you address that challenge?
Excuse me. I think it's really just making things seamless. And again, integrating into people's life. It's like, don't get in the way, right? And that's hard to do. I mean, it's really hard to do. It's really, it's really hard to make technology that just is intuitive and easy to understand and easy to use. And that's why, I think we're challenging our folks to really, think about integrating into our consumers' lifestyle and understanding what their lifestyle is. We're open late, for example, right? We're folks that, we actually have students that will, before they go out on the town for the evening, they'll pre-order their topper sticks to be delivered at 2 a.m. in the morning, right? It's those sorts of things. It's like understanding how customers interact with our brand and with our product and making sure that technology supports that. We're introducing, for example, a plant-based section of our menu at the end of June. And, one of the things that we know about our customers, for example, is that they live in homes where some folks are vegan, some folks are vegetarian, and some folks like protein and lots of meat. We want to make it easy for people to order our product and hit them where they're living, and the things that are interesting to them. So technology to us, and I think that's why Scott and Tony have invested so much into technology at Toppers, is that we really understood early on that if we want to service our customers well, technology is something that we really need to master.
Yeah, absolutely. Personalization, you talked about some of the different profiles of customers you have, people that pre-order the pizza to be there at 2 a.m. when they get back, that they may be vegan, not vegan, or even kind of combined within a household. Personalization is very important for our audience. And we have about 130, 135 members now, brands. We meet with them, kind of understanding the challenges and opportunities they see. And personalization is one of the top 2 or 3 things. How are you looking at personalization, and how do you want to improve it to make it more seamless, as you mentioned?
Yeah, well, I think we're still learning. We launched the program on June 10th, excuse me.
Okay.
And we're very excited to start to see the data come in and start to understand what our opportunities are there. But I would say that again, I'll go back to the restaurant, right? Personalization is a big part of our product. When we talk to consumers, and we just finished a big research project with Technomics, a consumer research project with them. And in that, one of the things that consumers identified as unique and special about Toppers was that they can build their own pizza with a larger variety of ingredients than they can with our competitors. For example, we have cheese curds as part of our menu. Well, if you're building your own menu at Domino's, you're not going to be able to put cheese curds on your menu, right? On your pizza. And so, personalization is something that's really core to our business. And again, trying to utilize technology to sort of make that easy for our customers, so, we're really, still, I think, at Toppers, I think it's a group of people that are sort of constantly challenging ourselves to, as a challenger brand, to really try to get ahead of the curve and constantly be learning. So, I think we have certain ideas of things that we think are important, but we're certainly learning as we go as well.
Okay, absolutely. Another area that we see a lot of interest in, and it's always fun to talk about, are partnerships. Brands now, especially with some of the challenges pertaining to Google and Facebook and the privacy issues and cookies going away, from an acquisition perspective, it makes it a little more difficult, kind of MarTech, should I say, space to acquire customers, right? So partnerships are becoming more and more important, in especially those who are focused on customer loyalty. How do you look at partnerships, and is this something that you think will have a larger focus with Toppers?
So are you speaking specifically of technology partnerships?
Yeah, they can be either way. I think it's always interesting to hear people how they talk about partnerships. It could be a partnership with kind of your your loyalty provider or an analytics provider, but it also could be other brands, right? Potentially partnerships with sports leagues or with a hotel chain, potentially that could drive unique benefits to both entities based on kind of customer synergies.
Great. Yeah. Well, we're doing both. For example, in the loyalty program, our technology partner here was Punch, and they've been great. We did a lot of looking around, and we talked to a lot of our friends and folks that had moved into this territory. And there's lots of different options out there, but we felt like that. Again, we like the idea of simplicity, and we felt in line with them in relationship to that. We are building, a very robust in-house IT team. So we probably have a few less partnerships than other companies might have, but we certainly, for example, we have a partnership with Chowly, who's our third-party integrator. Those sorts of things. So we find the partnerships that we need when it makes sense, and otherwise we try to build things in-house as much as possible. Other partnerships that we have, and we're very active in this space. For example, Jonathan Taylor, who's a running back for the Indianapolis Colts, was alumni of the University of Wisconsin, is a franchise owner and a big fan of Toppers, and we're doing a lot of different things with him and integrating not only the loyalty program but a lot of our promotions and advertising with him. We also look at partnerships with product, for example, where we're introducing a couple of different desserts here at the end of the month, and we're partnering with a local ice cream maker out of Madison, Wisconsin. We've done some, pre-baked cookie dough type things that we're introducing as well. With our plant-based menu, we're introducing a couple of different, partnerships there with Color Power and a couple of other folks. And so, on that end of things, I think we're constantly looking at partnerships that with like-minded companies that think about things in the same sort of way. So, we're doing it on a number of different levels.
Okay, great. When you look at your customers, customers are changing. They were changing before COVID. Obviously, COVID had a pretty significant impact as well. How do you feel customers are changing in kind of maybe with your audience, but maybe in the restaurant QSR industry in general?
Yeah, I wrote an article before, I guess it was at the very beginning of COVID, where I just talked about, this was an opportunity for brands to really deepen its relationship with customers. Because, we played a different role during the pandemic than we did prior to the pandemic. We became more integral into the life of our consumers during the pandemic, so even though it was a very, very difficult time, I think especially for folks that deliver as we do, and we expanded quickly into curbside and all of those sorts of things, we started to play a more important role in our consumers' life than we had in the past. We became, we noticed a difference, all of a sudden, families were ordering more often from us than they had previously. So we became part of the dinner table in a way that maybe we hadn't been before. So, and I think our loyalty program is, to us, we wanted to move quickly into this space because of the fact that, we want to take advantage of this deep relationship that we develop over COVID with our consumers, and make sure that we're rewarding them for their continued, purchase of our products. So, I just think that QSR and fast casual companies really have taken on a different role over the pandemic, and I think we have a responsibility to really treat that with care and respect.
Absolutely. When you look at the success of your customer loyalty and customer experience efforts, and you just launched that, obviously, the program this month, what KPIs are you and your team going to look at? How do you look to measure the program?
Well, again, simple is a little bit here. We really look at frequency and check. Those are really the two key metrics. Obviously, we'll look at spend lift and different things along those lines as well. But that's, I think, again, that goes to the point that, we have a product that consumers are passionate about. And we believe that the loyalty program is a way to reward people for that passion, and just deepening that relationship again with the consumer as much as we possibly can.
Okay, great. When you look at the competitor set for you could be kind of a number of different entities, right? Pizza chains, QSR, restaurants, even is customers changed with regard to kind of buying, their food, right? Some shifted away from stores, some shifted back to stores and grocery stores. How do you think you're different than your competitors, and who do you view as your competitive set?
Well, I'm just in the middle of doing some positioning work, so I've been thinking about the competitive set specifically related to pizza. I think what makes us distinctive is our unique recipes, and I think the addictive nature of our product. We've learned from consumers that, obviously the number one reason people order pizza is because they crave it. That's the beauty of pizza, right? In a particular regard. But consumers tell us that of all the brands that they eat, they're most likely to crave our product. And we see that as a really unique point of differentiation for us. We're in the QSR segment, we have a lot of different types of recipes that really play into this sort of comfort space, everything from mac and cheese to Nashville hot pizza, things that may not typically be on pizza, but things that we certainly have figured out how to make and deliver in a way that keeps the product fresh and tasting great the minute that it arrives. So, that I think is really a unique part of what we do. We create product that people crave and that they want. When they think about pizza, they're like, that's my favorite pizza. That's my favorite pizza. We hear lots of stories about, moms in delivery rooms that the first thing that they want is Topper's pizza, or they want Topper sticks. we hear stories, like I said, about the person that will pre-order and set the delivery time for 2 a.m. at the bars after we hear stories of people driving, 6 hours out of their way, to get the product, so it's a product that people fall in love with. It's a product that people crave. It's a product that people become addicted to. And I think that's really our unique point of differentiation in the marketplace.
Okay, great. I can't imagine my wife ordering a pizza after giving birth to one of my 4 children. So
my daughter did that. I tell you what, I just became a grandfather in January of 2020. Really great way to start off a year that wasn't so great, but
yep.
That's what my daughter wanted after she gave birth, was Topper's Pizza. And I was not at Topper's at that point, and I remember when that happened, I went like, this is an interesting brand. This is an interesting brand.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, that's good. So the last question I have, what can Loyalty360 as a trade association for customer loyalty help you to do, help you with your customer loyalty journey? What can we kind of assist you with?
Well, I mean, just this conversation in and of itself and the opportunity to talk to you, I mean, more of that, I think, for me, at least personally. I mean, you have a lot of insight and experience that other folks don't have. And I think it's just your passion for it, right? I mean, to me, I want to be involved with businesses where people care and where they're passionate about things, and they're willing, to wear that on their sleeve. So, I think from that perspective, and just constantly presenting information that it's a source for me. It's a source of knowledge for me as I move forward in what we're doing. And I've always looked to you guys to provide me with insights that I can't get anyplace else.
Well, that's great. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. Our audience will definitely find it very interesting. Toppers, was somewhat familiar with them. Tim had talked to me about them, one of our content editors before, and then said, we got one in Cincinnati, so I'm definitely going to take my kids and have them take a look. But as you mentioned the passion, I think that that's something that's very important to me. We have 130, 540 different members growing. They meet to get together just to hear these people from different industries talk about what customer loyalty means to me and share secrets, right, is so important. But the passion comes out in these interviews as well. Sometimes you'll talk to someone and you're thinking, oh, it's going to be a great interview, great discussion. And it's kind of not as much. But just to hear about the story about your daughter and how she wanted Topper's Pizza and you weren't even there, and then kind of how you ended up being there. And just it's definitely, the passion play is very important. Without passion, life would not be near as fun. And having a job that you have that you completely love is a great thing, and the passion comes out for you as well. So thank you very much, Greg.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send you some pizza. We actually hosted a number of NFL draft parties for folks that were being drafted, and we figured out pretty well at this point how we can send the product to folks a little further away, and they can pop it in their oven. So we'll have to get on that for you so that you can taste it, because it's great. So
all right, great.
Okay,
well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Pleasure. All mine. Thank you.